Hi, everybody. Leanne Holitza here at the Healing Studio in Broomfield, Colorado. We're doing our weekly Oracle check-in today. As always, we're going to use the Yantra deck to start us off. And then for our individual readings, I'm sticking with the Cosmic Cat for now, just because it's really simple, gentle, easy, and I kind of feel like that's what I need right now. So we're going to use also some inner child energy spray just to kind of help work on any inner child issues that are coming up. I'm going to surrogate us all. And we're using Liberian desert glass, which is a useful tool to reminding us that we are very magical and bigger than just our bodies. And our life is really kind of a combination of mystery and knowledge and all that. So uh, let's see, a little bit of a hint on the me please here. So if you want a card with me today, you can just type me please. I will get to as many people as I can in the time we have. I normally am successful getting through the whole thing. We have 30 minutes together. I do recommend that you listen to the whole thing anyways, just because a lot of times the guides stack messages and we start to hear a message 3 times and it starts to be about all of us and not just about that one person. So we'll throw 3 cards for all of us for the week. Then we'll do a 1, 2, 3, which will also help those of you who watch this later or listen to this later. And you can get your reading started there. Other hint for you is if you go to my YouTube page and you hit be notified and you subscribe, you'll get a notice early and you will be able to do the me please early. Facebook makes you wait till the last minute. So like Gina and Christy, I see you guys coming in from Facebook and I've got you on the list. So you no need to pop over to YouTube today. But if you like this concept, you can join me on YouTube and it'll be more likely to get to the top of the list. Okay. All right, so let me just tell you a couple events that you might be interested in. There is a sound bath on Tuesday, the third Tuesday, and then there's a drum circle that same week. So it's a great week to get kind of some sound healing going. We also have the new moon ritual coming up, and we also have energy awareness part 3 starting. If you guys are already energy awareness participants, that's a way to get into that last series. If you haven't checked out that series yet, you could go to my website and just see what the energy awareness program is all about. It's basically learning how to read for yourself. So let's see what else. We have sample day on the 25th for those of you who are local. Those are ways to sample massage, Reiki, some other things we've got going on here for super inexpensive. And then we have a pop-up shop, metaphysical pop-up shop on the 9th where you can come shopping and there's going to be a lot of variety of healers here. So, okay, I think that's all the exciting news. Let's get started. Okay, starting with the weekly cards here first. Okay, so right off the bat, we're getting some generosity, giving energies that are a little blocked. This is kind of like a victim mindset energy that I'm getting right now, which is like, I am not getting what I need. My needs are not getting met. So I'm going to be a little stingy with everyone around me. So this can be a little bit of a dangerous game because if everybody gets stingy, it's kind of no one gets unstuck from that. So just know that you might be starting off feeling a little bit like you're not getting what you need, and which is making you feel a little stuck. Your helper card for the week is mind your thoughts. So meditation upside down is like your monkey mind, the things you're telling yourself, the things that you have been kind of conceptualizing may or may not be exactly true. And so this is a week to kind of give yourself an opportunity to see the victim mindset shift. And towards the end of the week, the awareness card is upside down. There's still a lot of things left undone, left unsaid. So this week looks like a week where it's going to feel pretty wobbly and pretty kind of crunchy. The opportunity for lots of victim energy, martyr energy is there. Just be careful of that. That's never really serving any of us. And if you can try and stay mindful of your own thoughts and know that's where your energy will flow. All right. So we start off with a little warning week. That's how it sometimes goes. All right, here we go. So this is where you're going to start picking the 1, 2, 3 for yourself. Okay. So this is where your first card comes in. If you're watching this later, this is how you can kind of kick things off. But this is a good time to just tune in to what number feels right for you. So we've got 1, we've got 2, and we got 3. Okay? So this is your week in a nutshell, starting off here. Okay? So it's building on that reading that we just did. Okay? So keep in mind, all of that's true. And then this is also true. If you picked one, you're doing some little releasing and letting go. Okay, good time to just surrender. Know that your mind is causing a lot of problems by trying to solve it when it can't be solved, that kind of thing. If you picked 2, you're going to be working on finding your place. Be a little territorial. Take action to be who you are meant to be. Be in your space of who you are. It's okay. Everybody's here to be unique. If you picked 3, you got the wildcat. You never know what's lurking. Okay. So that I feel like for this week, for those of you who picked 3, that's a little bit of a warning to you, even what's lurking inside of you and where your inner cat might jump out and, maybe cause problems, maybe do something unexpected. So especially with that kind of warning about our mindfulness this week, just keep that in mind. All right, go into the list. Now what you're going to see is this direction that is where your name will show up. There's sometimes I'll read just the first names and you might have to see that it's a multiple people with the same name. But again, if you hear a message that's for you and it's not your name on the screen, it probably still is for you. Okay. All right, Nicole, you got to just be. Choose non-action. There's nothing more to do right now. It's just kind of wait and see. So that sometimes can be hard for the doers to just chill. But with everything that's going on, the best way to heal the mind is to just be with the mind. Seth, your focus for the week, didn't you get this last week? Conundrum, or you've recently gotten this, I feel like, up in the air. Okay, so this just is saying that there's some stuff that's not decided yet, and you're kind of in a little bit of a pickle, and it's not necessarily time to decide. It's more to work on that mindset and your mindset. I always say, it's really good to keep in mind, when you're focusing on what you don't have, when you do have enough. So keep away from that moss mindset of scarcity, because that does not serve us when we're trying to contemplate conundrums. All right, Kalina. Persistence, stay the course. Okay, they may not be a lot that is going to happen right away, especially with the week looking like it does. But whatever you've put your mind to and whatever goal you've put your mind to, stay the course with that. Okay. All right. CC. Oh, I shuffled. You got the same thing. So see, this is when the guides will start to try and get us to do a little more just deeper discussion about something by bringing it up, kind of stacking their people. Okay, so persistence and stay the course. This is very much talking to you about about the fact that you've decided to do it, so go ahead and do it. There's sometimes we get a little bit impatient, and it kind of, if you do ABC plan, then the A plan gets delivered and you aren't home. You're on the C plan, right? So it basically just kind of stay resolute, stay patient with yourself this week, okay? All right. Christy, Kira, and Finn. Christy, you got secrets. Let the cats out of the bag. So whatever secrets need to be revealed this week. A little grumpy, but it's kind of important. Those secrets can really eat away at us and really make us feel like we are living in this kind of world all by ourselves. So be on the lookout for that. Kira, you got the Joker. Stir things up this week, okay? A little bit of just being silly, making some fun, but also, kind of not taking anything too seriously. Finn. Oh, I shuffled. You also got the Joker. Okay, so Mom, your kid's going to be stirring things up this week. So I guess it'll be good for you to have a little patience with that, but also to know that sometimes that's good. It's a little bit of stagnation broken up by the family. Okay, here we go. Janice, your kitty message is get frisky. Time to play. I think you could keep getting the fun message. I think it's time for you to just have fun. Don't take things too seriously. Just be relaxing in the idea that sometimes you just do things just to do them. There's not really a good reason. Okay, Janelle, your focus for the week is being assertive and taking your place at the table. Okay, so let yourself acknowledge that it's time to just be. Like, here I am. Here's my expertise. Here's my understanding. I'm here. Okay. Donnie, your focus for the week is self-confidence. Stand your ground. Okay. So this is, this card is funny. I mean, the imagery is really funny, but it's just like, everybody wants to pretend they're the big dogs. Everybody wants to pretend they're the best sometimes. And sometimes it's all just a big, puffy chest match. And it's like this week, just be confident. You don't have to be a jerk about it. Just, solid. Okay. Tanya, time for you to be curious this week. Work worth the risk. A little bit of shifting going on. If you think about that mindfulness of victim energy, just kind of see, you don't want to take the risk. You feel pushed into the risk, but the guides are saying it's okay to take the risk. It's a good time to do that. Okay. Miranda, you got prosperity this week. Have it all. I love it. I just noticed my lovely garden fingers. So yes, prosperous gardens, prosperous time to yourself, prosperous just feeling like you have enough. Remember that moss mindset that I brought up earlier? So this week for you, it's the opposite. Have prosperity mindset wherever you can. Okay. Nice. You might have to share with me what it turns out to be. All right. Robin, you got wholeness, become all that you are. And so I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Look at all sides of yourself, maybe even a little shadow work, little aspects of yourself that you're having trouble accepting, and give yourself a opportunity to kind of see yourself fully. Okay. Okay. Also, I kind of want to call out that I did get a request for a reading from eBoys via email. If you're on and you are a different screen name, can you just kind of say that's me, and I will pull your card up next as soon as I see that's me. Otherwise, I'll do yours at the end. Jordan, yours is fullness. Give thanks. Be happy. You've got all that you need, all that you want. It's time to just let yourself be in awareness that sometimes we just bask in it. Remember the giving and receiving and feeling stingy card? Yeah. Sometimes it's just we're being stingy with ourselves. So be full this week. Okay, Kimberly. All right, Terry. Gotcha. I will pull you up just after Kimberly. Kimberly, you got equilibrium. Find your balance. So, I mean, that's, again, pretty self-explanatory, right? I mean, kind of, I'm hearing that phrase, don't lean over your skis too far kind of thing. So whatever your momentum you're trying to gain, balance yourself with like peace and presence, especially since there's that like stingy energy this week. Okay, just kind of be aware of that. All right. Terry, your card is discernment. Take a closer look. Okay, so this is a week for you to be paying attention to what might be right under your nose, and maybe you're familiar with it, but it's time to be looking a little closer and be discerning, especially with your own thoughts and your own victim energy about that. Okay, Tiff, you've got a conundrum energy too, up in the air. All right, so be aware that there might be some circumstances that feel, I definitely am in that right now too. So it feels a little bit like I don't know what my choices are exactly. And maybe your mind is first thing to be consulted. Where is my mind taking me in? How can I stay out of victim energy? Cynthia, you've got surprise. Oh my God. So hopefully it's a good surprise. Hopefully this week you'll have some, but just do let yourself see something brand new, unexpected. Sometimes we're always seeing expected, right? And so it's just, yeah, it's a little bit rough to have time to figure out how you're putting too much energy on the known and fear of the unknown, and just kind of surrender that this week. Gina. Oh, I shuffled. You got discernment too. So same as Terry, you're going to be asked to really look closely and call a spade a spade. If you need to say this is what it is, at least tell yourself the truth when you're being discerning, right? It's okay. Sometimes we would get taught to be polite. Okay. So Payu, I see your comments. If you want a card for the week, I'm happy to throw one for you. Just type me, please. But I'm not going to necessarily look into specific issues just because we don't have enough time to do that. Okay, Andrea, you got territorial. So if you pick 2 at the beginning, you're getting doubled down on. Find your place. Take your place. Understand that you have enough expertise and momentum to actually just take your place. You don't have to fight for it. And again, your unique energy is what the world needs. So go do it. And don't pretend you don't know what it is. That's what the guides just said. They're calling you out, I guess. Heidi, yours is reflection and getting out of your box. Okay. So getting out of your box this week is, being able to say, where have I held myself back? Where have I let myself be giving my power away to other situations and other people? And how can I restore and return that to myself? That's, with the rest of the cards, that makes sense. Rachel, got to you now. Envy, find your own. Okay, so this is watch out for that envy energy. So remember the generosity energy that we've got this week. Now, if you combine that with envy, that's like I'm comparing myself to other people and I'm seeing that you have more than me. And then I'm interpreting that mean to that you took mine. And that's not necessarily what's happened. Okay, so just this week, just find your own space, find what you've created. Envy's not serving you. Okay, comparison's not serving. Natalie, pounce, decide to act. Okay, so this week, go get it. Whatever it is that's sitting there in front of you, it's time to go ahead and take some action. So feel free to get that pounce on. Christy. Okay, 3rd time we've seen this, so that means it's kind of for all of us. But Christy, you're getting stirred up. Okay. So see how he's got like one little fingernail and he's smiling and super casual. It is a little bit of kind of an energy of like, just like, I'm just going to poke here and not really do much else. I'm going to read you a little bit of it. What can you allow more levity, silliness, surprise, and unpredictability in your life? Let yourself tread into new zones of uncertainty and watch your world come alive. Have fun, humor, and joy. Come back and move aside what you're worried about. Okay, so that goes back to that mindfulness where you've let yourself be tortured. It's hard. I mean, I totally understand. Sometimes when things hook us and we just get off we go. All right, Gina, you got surprised too. Oh my God, we got this a couple weeks ago, and I don't know if I think it was the week that the U.S. government decided that they were going to admit there was aliens. I think that's when we got the card up. So Gina, I don't know what your surprise is going to be yet. Cynthia's got one too, but just kind of be aware and like that you might be required to shift really fast, and that's going to be okay. All right, Astrid, tolerance, sitting with it. Okay. So sometimes, again, with those mindfulness and those thoughts that information about our thoughts, we're being asked to be aware that we can't make decisions sometimes that fast. We got to make a decision a little slower. Okay. So sit with it. Eli. Okay. Instigator. Got to start something. So this could be just even putting your energy into something that you've been like a project that you want to do or something new you want to get going, and you might have to be the one to kickstart it. Keep in mind that generosity, stingy energy might be present this week too. So you might be inclined to do it out of a spiteful thing. Try to do it more out of like an inspired way. Okay. Stephanie, for you this week, your card's literally jumping out. Comfort, take and give it. This is a good week for you to understand that it's just, this is about letting yourself be in a space of just being comforted by the people you love. You don't have to earn that comfort. It just is. Okay. Eat 100 full foods. You've got fullness. Give thanks. Just be in it. Just be happy, be open, be glad that things are progressing in a way that the universe has your back. All right. Dee Dee, you got family all in the pride. So this is, as you can see, not necessarily like blood relatives, but the people who you would choose to be calling family. Give yourself a chance to just give yourself a little bit more energy around those people. Like make lunch plans, make dinner plans, make make back patio plans, whatever it is. Courtney, you've got manifest from thought to form. Okay. So this is a good time to begin to let your mind take some action into pulling it out of here and putting it here and getting it going in the world. Okay. All right. Blossoming lotus. Let your light shine. So blossoming lotus is the one who's doing our sound baths coming up and our drum circle. So let your light shine while you do that. It's just a wisdom card in general. You know how wise those animals look when they're just being. Okay, so I did get to everybody except Payu. I see you. If you wouldn't mind just typing me, please. I'll give you a card for the week. Not necessarily about Tony, but maybe Tony will be included in the answer. If you're hanging out there, you guys, we still have a few minutes left, so feel free to give me your requests. Me, please, if you're still hanging out. Like there's Carrie. Hi, Carrie. All right, Carrie, your card is reflection. We've seen this. This is the second time we've seen this one. Get out of your box. So come out of where you maybe are holding yourself back, how you're thinking about things have to work, and come out and just kind of begin to see that maybe you're not necessarily, maybe not necessarily putting yourself in the position of letting yourself have different witness to what's going on, if that makes sense. So yeah, your guides are just kind of saying it's almost like you need to come out of your whole life for a minute and just watch from outside looking in and see what's next. So, all right. Well, Dee Dee says that she got her continuation. Deanna joined here. We might end up also doing a for the month reading if we have time. Okay, Deanna. Focus. Eyes on the prize this week. It's a good week to not jump too fast, but do stay focused. Do what you need to do to get to the thing you've already said you wanted. Okay? All right. Still, if you're lurking, I'm going to do one for Matt Holitza. He sometimes listens. All right. You got friendship focus. Kara is there. Working on building friendships up this week. Sounds like a good plan. All right. I'm going to do another card for, I'm going to do a three card spread for the month. Okay. Go back to the yantra deck for that. So the month of August as a collective for all of us, first card we get is contentment. Upside down, recognizing the illusion of greener pastures. So this is to remember, we have a lot of comparison tendencies. We tend to look at each other and say, why do you have what I want? That kind of thing. Just because somebody has it does not mean they took it from you. You can have it too. This contentment card is warning us, especially at the beginning, that we might be doing too much comparing and too much pining for things. Okay. Impeccability, sideways, this is our helper card. If you feel off track, then get yourself back on track. This month might be the time to do some reflection. Why am I doing what I'm doing? And how could I make myself a little bit more aligned with the path I desire? Okay, into the month, the blessings are upside down. So remember we got the giving, we got the receiving, it was blocked. It looks like this month might be about getting blocked and receiving. And it's going to require us to have extra gratitude effort to be able to say thank you, even for the hard stuff. I know that doesn't always work out as the way we like it to, but it's it's one of those things, right? So, all right, I'm going to switch back for Nandini. I'm going to give Nandini a cat card. All right. Oof. Okay, you got aloof and seek non-attachment. Okay, so right now it's like almost you have to ignore the stuff that's antagonizing you and just keep going. Keep going with what you've intended. Keep going with what you've said you wanted. This is part of the test. Sometimes when we say we want something, we get tested. Okay, and that test is like, are you sure you can have this? Are you sure? It's a made-up word, but the havingness, you guys, havingness and being able to actually have what you say you want is a thing. So if you're saying you want something big, go back and just really check in with your whole self. Do I have physical space for it? Do I have mental space for it? Do I have space for it emotionally. And if any of those are no, then there's work to be done before fully manifesting into what you've been saying you want. Um, and I also say, like, right now there's been some big financial requests from as an output in my world. Okay. So lots of things being saying money has to go out in big chunks. And that is oftentimes the energies telling us that we are ready to move bigger energies. We've said we want to, and if I do it reluctantly, if I'm like, oh, dang, I have to write this giant check, then I'm actually putting out into the energy field this resistance to the momentum that maybe I say I want. But if I go, wow, thanks for thinking I'm so abundant, universe, that I could write this big check and still be okay. And that, is one of the ways to engage with energy in regards to abundance and finances. It's not always easy to do. I mean, there's the big evil topics that get us all, like the IRS and uh, divorce stuff, or things that just feel yucky and like unwanted, but it can still all be kind of peaceful and joyful. And if you can't make it peaceful and joyful, try and make it as automatic and don't think too much about it in general. um, okay, well, you guys, still, I told you I typically get through. This cat deck is faster just because it's way more simple. I'll get back to the more complex decks in a little bit when the energy calms down for me. My one of my dear beloved grandmothers passed away yesterday, and I have to say, I mean, it's a big deal when that happens. And she lived a very long, fulfilling life, and she was a wonderful person. And I have kids that are 22 and 18, so she's been in my life for a good long time, so I'm grateful for that. But also, it's always brings up a lot of stuff when somebody passes away and you have to look at your life. So, all right, guys, just still hanging in with me, I see, which I am grateful for, by the way. The other thing I guess I kind of want to say is I do look into this, you know, alien concept that's kind of getting tossed out, because it's really important to kind of be paying attention to the stuff that's there, just kind of sliding in to reality and being like, oh, okay, let's insert that truth right there. Okay, nobody will notice that it's been kept from them for 70 years. So go look. I mean, not out of any conspiracy way or any out of anything to make you afraid. It's actually really optimistic information. I just encourage looking into it. I really like the way Stephen Greer presents it, just because he's so down to earth and simple. But yeah, so okay, Diane, you joined me here. Let's see. I was stacking up the cat cards. Yeah, I love the cat deck too, Christy. If you guys, I carry them here if anybody wants to come by and purchase their own. I love cats. We have a dog deck too, for those of you who are dog people. I'm a pretty big cat person, and you can tell if you watch any of my social media feeds. All right, Diane. Time to manifest from thought to form. Okay. So whatever you've been thinking about doing, do it. Okay. This week, this card, this with combination with everything that we've been hearing, our own beliefs, our own mindset might be the thing that's holding us back. It's really good in time for you to put yourself in alignment with taking that stuff that's out of your head and put it into action. And if you can't put it into action for whatever reason, give yourself an awareness of what that's about. I mean, maybe find out. Maybe I'm procrastinating because it feels too big, or maybe I'm procrastinating because I'm sad about what phase I'm in, or whatever it is. Just give yourself a little bit of an awareness there. The other thing too, you guys, is there's a lot of awareness in our physical forms about a lot of the climate stuff. And solar flares and the Schumann resonance, and I mean, there's just so many things impacting us right now. It's definitely, I feel like every week I'm like, it's a wobble. So if you're doing the work, if you're grounding and you're centering and you're getting yourself heart centered and all those good things, it will actually help you resist less. So I am very much a fan of at least doing 5 tools of protection, psychic protection, which you can find on my website, but which I recently redone. So if anybody's been there recently, you'll see I'm still working out the tweaks. But 5 tools: grounding, center, which means come all the way into your body, just under your rib cage; present, drop all the past and the future; be fully in the cosmic energy as well. So the golden streams of cosmic possibility, arm's length around you in all directions. And then put a beautiful little soap bubble protection color around that. You can even make that soap bubble a different color for the inside. If you want to feel all cozy and soft in a pink and you want to project some sort of confidence out to the world, you might make it red on the outside. Those are just some ways to tweak it up. Okay, go be amazing. I will hopefully see you next week if I'm not out of town for this, what's going on now with my family, but I intend to be here. So I will see you next week. Bye.